So I've talked about LM Studio before on this channel. It's an app along with others like Olama and Jan that allow you to run local large language models on, a fairly regular computer. In this case, my laptop, which is an AMD powered sort of middling quality laptop. One of the advantages, or the main advantage, in fact, of running LLMs locally is that it's completely private. There's no, recording of your data or sending of your data or that kind of thing, as you would when you're using, Gemini or Claude or any of those other ones, ChatGPT, Grok. It allows you to run everything just locally on your own computer. Now, the disadvantage of that is that while you can work with documents and so on, you're limited by the date that the data in the LLM when it was created. So it doesn't have access to current data. To do that, you need to have access to the internet. So I just recently literally a couple of days ago, found out that there's a way to do that while still retaining your local LLM. There are a couple of ways to do it. One is via MCP, where that's the kind of extension that comes with LM Studio and other products of that kind, where it allows you to use APIs for websites or other chat bots, things like that. A different way to do it is, and this is the method I'm going to show here, is to use plugins with LM Studio. And so this is LM Studio here. This is the LM Studio set. This is a free app, by the way. You can download and install this. Plugins it tells you about them here. The one I'm going to be talking about is called DuckDuckGo. So there's a DuckDuckGo plugin here that you can use. To install the plugin with LM Studio, you need to do a couple of things. You need to install, at least on Linux, you need to install Node.js first. In my case, I'm running Bazzite Linux right now, so that complicates things a little bit when you're installing things, but not horribly. If you have Homebrew installed, which normally comes with Bazzite, but for some reason I did not have it in mind, so I had to manually install it. And that's pretty simple, as you can see here. Then once you've done that, you install Node.js as shown here. So this is pretty straightforward. Once you've done that, then you can go grab the plugin. You can use this option here, run in LM Studio, and you just copy this, paste this into your terminal. It'll download the plugin. There's another plugin from the same author that assists this app, and it's called LMS-plugin-visit-website. So if you install both of those and then open up LM Studio, let me load a model here. I'm going to use Granite Tiny, which is a pretty good model. And you have to do this, you have to be in power user or developer mode, where you can see the some different settings here. The normal mode is user, where it's just a fairly basic setting. But if you go into developer mode, at the top here you can see there's a key. So you can go in here and go to program, and it'll show you the plugins that you have available. So there's that one, the DuckDuckGo. I just enabled it again. And you do have to be able to use an LLM that has tool calling available. And just to show you real quick, the ones that have tools have this little hammer thing. So you can choose that one, or that one, or that one. So going back to the program part here I was talking about, you can see here it's got the DuckDuckGo. It's got the Visit Website plugin. It's got the JS Code part, and it's a RAG thing that was in there already. That helps you read documents and stuff. So these are all enabled. You can see them down here. They're all showing up as enabled. You can disable them here too just by clicking on them. So as long as they're highlighted, those plugins are enabled. So I could do something like, what is the, or what are the current status of the Venezuela, I think that's right, state, something like that. And it should go to, so there is, notice this model wants to call the web search. You can just do proceed. You can also check this to allow it to do every time. I just do it manually. And it should come up with some information here once it sorts through everything. So there, it gives you a nice little summary there. And of course, you can do this in the browser if you have AI stuff in the browser, or just look at the website yourself. But this gives you the ability to use the LLM privately and still have access to current information. So that's the sort of appeal of this. You're still having you're not being logged as to what you're asking or anything like that. And DuckDuckGo is a private browser anyway, a privacy-centric browser anyway. So I think this is a pretty good middle ground between using something like Grok or ChatGPT and having a private session under your own control. So I think that's pretty cool. So that's another video in the can. If you found this interesting or informative or even funny, give me a like and maybe even subscribe. And remember, be excellent to each other.